Welcome back to another video, guys. Today this is going to be part 3 of rebuilding my grandma's K24. If you guys haven't seen part 2 and part 1, I'd suggest you go do that. It'll give you some context of what's to come in this one. Anyway, you just saw me pull the head off the block, and now I'm taking the head gasket off the head. It was kind of harder to get off. I don't know, it got stuck on the dowel pins. You can see I'm just struggling with it. I don't know why they didn't cut the video. So I'm pretty sure this motor had a blown head gasket. That's the only spot that I could see material missing, but it was eating coolant, it was eating oil. The spark plugs kept getting fouled out with coolant. Anyway, I'm like 99% sure I had a blown head gasket. I'm just not sure why I didn't show it. Here's me trying to flip that motor over to start taking apart the bottom end. As you can see, I spilled a bunch of oil. There's not really any way to drain everything out of the motor unless you just spill it pretty much. Usually people will like put a pan under an engine stand, but I'm not using an engine stand, so I really just spilled it everywhere. Here I am taking the oil pan off. It's just held on by a bunch of 10 mils. It's kind of stubborn to get off just because from the factory they seal it up with RTV or Honda Bond, so it's like stuck on there. So you can see me hitting it. I ended up using a flathead and prying it open with the hammer. It worked really well. You just have to be careful not to scratch the aluminum or any of the mating surfaces just so it'll seal up again. Judging from the inside of this motor, it doesn't look that old. My grandma did keep up on the oil changes. It's not as nasty as some of the other motors you're gonna see on my channel, but yeah, it's pretty clean. I got that girdle off. Now I'm taking off the rods and pistons just so I can get this crank out, and I'm gonna end up replacing the rod bearings and the piston rings and stuff like that. As you can tell, the more things I take out, the more oil spills on the ground. It's kind of annoying, but that's why I have all those pig mats around, just because it just kept spilling everywhere. I'm also, I don't know why I'm taking the old bearings and putting them on the girdle. I guess it's just in case, just if the clearances are off with the new bearings that I got, then I could reuse the old ones and it won't be that big of a deal. That was the rear main seal that I just took off. Now I'm pulling the pistons and rods out of the actual block itself. Again, there's just so much oil everywhere, and it's really black. You would think that it hasn't been changing forever, but it really has only been it's only been in there for like 1,000 miles, so that's how you could tell the motor wasn't running as good as it should be. Yeah, tons and tons of oil. Now I'm just gonna take off all the little things from the block just so I can get it ready to go wash. You can see it's absolutely filthy. Okay, the motor is fully disassembled like you're seeing here. It's definitely a mess. I just took it apart without really organizing too much. But I'm gonna spray this down on the power washer, hopefully get it nice and clean, and then I'll be back putting it back together. Here's the before, what the block looked like. It's absolutely filthy. There's tons of grease and oil everywhere. Then here's the after. I know it's not 100% perfect, but without a hot tank, I feel like this is pretty dang good. This is the inside of the motor. You can see there's barely any grease stains. Here's the inside of the cylinder walls. You can see there's no crosshatch at all. I then took the ball hone and put a new set of crosshatching on there just so it retains oil like it should. Here's the pistons and rods. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys a trick how to remove springs and retainers without using any special tools. So basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a socket that's bigger than the spring, like this, or not bigger, like the size of the retainer. Just gonna take a hammer and hammer it a little bit. They both pop out. Simple as that. Here's the before videos of the head. You can see this one's also really nasty. Grease everywhere. It's stained on the inside. Here's the after of me cleaning it with the power washer. You can see it came out really nice, looks brand new. Now that I got this head all clean, it's time to pull these valve seals out and change them. I'm pretty sure they make special pliers. I'm gonna go look and see if the shop has any. If not, you can use just regular pliers and just pull them straight off. Okay, I did find some pliers that look like they're gonna work pretty well. They look really funky, but you're gonna see how to use them in a sec. Valve seals are probably like one of the worst things about doing any kind of head work. I mean, most head work sucks, like putting springs or retainers on, but I feel like this is pretty difficult. I don't know, sometimes they just are super stubborn and don't want to come off, especially on older motors and stuff, but yeah. Alright, so basically I just ordered a head gasket set from AutoZone. It's all Velcro, so it comes with almost everything you need to rebuild the whole motor. Most of the gaskets are up top anyway, but this is what we're after. New valve seals. Comes with pretty much everything, as you're seeing here, as well as the head gasket, of course. Okay, so when changing valve seals, it's basically pretty simple. All you do is push this little piece on, and they seat pretty well. And then what I like to do is when I put the valves back in, I'll get like a 10mm socket or something and use a little mallet and just make sure they're fully seated. And then the valve pretty much just lines it up so it's on there straight. Okay, so basically all I'm doing is cleaning up the surface so I can get a valve grinding tool on top of it. Then you put the compound on the back. But all I'm doing is using a wire wheel and then cleaning up the surface just so the suction cup will stick. You can see it's not perfect, it probably won't be. I might have to sand the top of these or use some Scotch-Brite or something just to get the suction cup to stick, but as you can tell, the exhaust valve that I'm holding right now is not the best. There's some pitting and stuff. Anyway, you're gonna take this valve grinding compound and you're gonna put it right on the sealing surface all the way around the whole valve. Kind of takes a second, but this stuff is nasty too. You don't want to get it everywhere because it really sucks to clean up. Anyway, then you're gonna put it in the head. Grab your valve grinding tool, which is pretty much just a suction cup with a stick. Then you're gonna start spinning it. It starts out pretty rough and then it gets more fine. As you can tell, this valve is not very good. It's kind of hard to get the suction cup to stick, but eventually I got it, and pretty much all you're gonna do is just spin it on there. And then here's pretty much just a video of me doing the rest of them. I remember when I said that the valve seals were probably the worst part of doing head work. Pretty much all head work sucks, honestly. This is so tedious. Everything about it, porting heads, I don't know. Everything that surrounds a head just sucks. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. This is going to be the end of the video. There should only be 2 more parts left. I'll try to get them posted this week just so I could post some more content. I got some more TL stuff going, and the other day I started building the CRX motor, so stay tuned for that.